Hello everyone, today I have another super... Oh! Ha ha ha, to stop myself, this isn't a super turtle. This is actually going to be a try-hard game. And I would consider this a high-ish level game. It has some pretty high-level concepts. You know, you can take it as it is. If you don't think this is a good game, well hey, that's fine. You know? But this game I thought was pretty entertaining, and it had some pretty, I don't know, pretty slap-in-the-face moments, as well as some pretty funny ones. So, you know, take it as it is. If you like it, there you go. But I definitely going to do more Super Turtles, so look forward to that. I'm not going to just only do try-hard games. But I thought this game was pretty fun. As you can see, they are we're Cutter Brew, damn it. They are isAnders, which is a really good combo, in my opinion. I think it's probably one of the better ones. But unfortunately, it didn't work out too much this time. And as you can see, we are doing the Pelican glitch. Yeah, you can call us cheaters, but I mean, this is legit. I mean, if you're playing against... Okay, look. There's certain glitches that are acceptable, certain glitches that aren't. You know, the canny glitch is pretty much accepted as a, it's a respected glitch, I guess. I mean, respect that people do it, but I don't know. You know, you can have that whole ethical debate amongst yourselves. I'm not going to get involved in that. You know, it's not... I don't know. Anyway. My thing is, if they can do it and it's not hard, then, you know, it's not really cheating. I mean, it is a glitch, but I mean, it's a glitch that they can do. You can consider it a part of the game. I don't know. I'm not going to get into it. So anyway, we do get this very, very fortunately. And one thing I have to say, if you're going to do the Pelican glitch, you're not going to be able to collect that many supplies. So I would actually recommend collecting a supply with your leader. And before you get to the Covenant's base to rush him. And this is actually going to be a pretty cookie-cutter build. I'm going to go stop the summits. I'm going to go double Banshees if I can, or double summit if I can, and that's going to be a wrap. But unfortunately, these guys really prevented me. They did a really good job. This is a perfect example. Oh my God! Sorry, there's someone screaming in the party. But anyway, yeah, this is a pretty good example of what Mitch was talking about, and I don't know. Maybe I'll make this as a response to his video. This is basically me getting rushed as I'm getting rushed, and hey, you know what? This may not be what's recommended to do, but I think I did a pretty decent job. Okay, enough patting myself on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and lock my base after my first brute gets out, because I don't want to have brutes coming out if those hogs come here, and sure enough, they do. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel those brutes, because there's no reason to build brutes while an arbiter and hogs are at your base. There's just no reason for it. Someone may think it's still okay. I don't think so. And as you can see, these guys are actually microing pretty well. He's sending some hogs to come, you know, to his base as well as my base. So it's pretty good. And as you can see, he has... Oh, you can't see it yet. Oh, yeah, there he is. Yeah, he had 5 hogs, and he has more on the way. So I was kind of confused. I didn't know if this guy was going to go Goss, which is not a good idea, especially since we have both sides, because my teammate's going to get power turret, you know, if he's uninterrupted for, you know, a certain amount of time. So I don't know about the Warhogs. Honestly, as Anders, I like to go tanks. And maybe, you know, Goss. I don't really know. I usually just go power turret tanks and just, you know, that's called a day. But anyway. I was thinking I could probably sneak one brute squad through here. I just want to keep down any kind of summits or anything. And I realized that he's really not going for summits. So I'm kind of just thinking that he's going to go solo Arby and just rage down any tanks that come, which is, I guess, a good idea. I definitely would recommend getting some vampires, though. I don't know. I wouldn't even go Banshees, honestly, if I was the Arbiter in this position right here. Anyway, so right now I see that he's trying to get his shield up, so I'm going to try and get that brute squad to come in and just target the main base while I put in work on some of the warehouses. And as you can see, he's going to go ahead and keep raging down these things, but I don't know. It's a good idea. It's very annoying, though. He does manage to pretty much injure the brute pretty well, but, you know, to me, I think it's okay, because, you know, he's spending 150. Well, I spend 150, but my squad still gets to live. So anyway, right now I'm just trying to delay the Arbiter as much as I can because my teammate's going to go for a quick tank. And that's another thing I forgot to mention. Obviously, if they ever rush with Warhogs as well, you want to get a quick tank and just, you know, there's not going to be a whole lot they can do to fight off that tank. I mean, the Arbiter is there, but the Arbiter is kind of like, you know, he doesn't want to, if he wastes all that money just raiding down a tank right next to my base, he's going to hit my base as well. It's not going to be good. You're going to have a bad time. So anyway, I decided not to upgrade that warehouse, but eventually I decided to because, you know, it's always kind of a if on where, you know, when and where you want to, you know, upgrade your warehouses. I think it's actually okay to upgrade a warehouse when it's in red health. Now hold on. Whenever you kind of have a feeling, now hold on, that they aren't going to attack. Right now, they kind of have to pull back, or else I'm just going to keep them down for a while. I know it's not... It was really risky. I agree. But, I mean, if anything, that would be good for him to come over here, because then he can just send his tanks up there, and he's going to have nothing, you know... I don't know. Anyway, I figured it'd be okay. I mean, my teammate had tanks, and they don't have Tech 2, I don't believe, to get gremlins right now, so we should be okay. So, yep, there goes the double summit, and as you can see, I'm just thinking, hey, you know what, don't even aim for the main base, just aim for these warehouses. But then, you know, here comes the Arbiter, just raging everything down, and this is one thing that my teammate really should have done, is you always want to have money for the D-bomb when you're going to an Arbiter's base. You never want to be like, oh, don't have enough money, because if it takes 5 seconds for an Arbiter to rage down a tank, so... You really need to have at least 400 by the time you get there. You know, so that's definitely very important. Pretty much whenever you can engage in any battle, you want to have enough money so you can produce units and shit. Yep, so right now, we are just trying to keep down this base as much as we can while I get double summit. And I told him just to go for the Blessed Warehouse. This guy's not going summit. He's just going to go for warehouses. And we noticed that the gremlins are coming out here soon, so that is very unfortunate. But don't worry, it's all going to be okay. And I guess their strategy here was to kind of have, whenever a tank would come, they would have gremlins, so the Arbiter can rage them down. But it's all good. Right now, I was actually thinking, hey, you know what? We could probably kill this base. I was wondering how many tanks my teammate had, because if he had enough tanks, we could potentially kill this base. So, right now, I'm kind of in the... I don't really know. You know, my summit is here, and I do have Banshees coming up, so I don't know. I keep thinking, I don't know if we were going to be able to kill this, but it's going to be close. I'm not going to spoil whether or not the base dies or not. But, anyway. So, yep, right now, we're just going to go ahead and target this base as much as we can, and as you can see... My teammate is going to lose his tanks, and he's not going to have any kind of... I'm not going to have any kind of tank support. He is... Right now, I believe he's only on canister. And I told him just, hey, you know, just focus on getting power turret, and I'm just going to go harass these Banshees. You know, I'm going to try and keep down their summit, try and keep down everything. Because I did notice now that he's actually building a summit, so I know that he's probably going for Tech 2 and getting vampires, because he realizes that I am... going to continue doing the double summit. I mean, you have to stop the double summit. You can't, you know, you can't. I don't think you can really go to solo RB fighting a double summit. So anyway, I was like, hey man, just mac this base. Let's get this guy out of the game. And I told him just mac it. We're gonna kill it. I have 4. And I was like, oh, this is good. We're fine. Everything's great. And I realized I just lost my chieftain, so I can't vortex, unfortunately. And not only that, I can't even teleport units in. And yep, the worst thing that could ever happen happens right here. I am going to get Raffle healed. And not only am I going to get Raffle healed, I go back to my base to build. And oh, yep, there's the Arbiter continuing to stay in rage mode. And I just like, you know what, let's just pull back. You know, we're not going to be able to kill that base. I'm not going to sit here and spam Banshees. You know, a lot of people get tunnel vision. Whenever they play and they see a base in that red health, you got to take your losses, man. If you think about it, you do kind of put them down in a position where it's fine that you what was I saying? Like, oh yeah, they're in a tight spot right now. Like, even though we didn't kill the base, we're not losing by any means. I have definitely an air lead, and my teammate shouldn't be sending tanks over there, but it's okay. He messed up a few times, but so did I. Right now, I'm just trying to get over there and try and kill that summit, but I noticed that he has a shield as I go over, so I just decided to get out of there. You can hear if they have a shield. That's how I knew. So I was just like, yeah, I'm just going to get the fuck out of there. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll try and stop, Anders a little bit. Maybe try and make him use a cryo. Just trying to slow down as much as I can so he can get power turret and get the tank lead. Because if he can get the tank lead, even though he'll have gremlins, we'll be fine. So as you can see, just trying to put some pressure on, this base. And trying to keep down, this vehicle depot, trying to bait out the cryo. Just trying to do as much as I can to slow this guy down. And that's the biggest thing in this game. You really want to slow down the other guy as much as you can. Even if, seriously, 15 seconds, even 45 seconds when you kill a summit is a giant amount of time. Like, that's like 3 vampires that you get to have extra. So, this is stuff that you guys should already know if you're watching my videos. So anyway, I really shouldn't have to be giving a tutorial, honestly. I only do that because that's kind of like my mindset. I honestly talk like I am giving myself a tutorial in my mind when I play. And as you can see, what I just did there, I saw that he had Tech 2. So I decided to just go ahead and go for vampires now. And you always want to kind of go vampires before they get Tech 2. This is definitely the ideal thing, so you can get the air lead. Because then it just becomes a battle of whoever's vampires get the stasis up first, which is really annoying. So right now I'm trying to keep down his vehicle depot, as well as sending the rest of my banshees to his base. Just trying to constantly maneuver around it. I didn't get to see it, but he just cryoed just there, I believe. No. He eventually wastes his cryo. So right now we're in a good spot. We're making them waste a lot of money. So we're doing pretty good. Now, unfortunately, he does counterattack here because he realizes these banshees are just going to keep pouring in, and he's not going to be able to stop it. So he does attack my base just to kill the summit, not really to kill my base, just to kill the summit, which is definitely a good idea. And since I can't really build vampires right now, I decided I might as well get birthright. I have the money. So I'm just trying to get rid of that arbiter, make him waste some money. So yeah, this is like I said, this is very, like Mitch said, this is very cookie cutter. But the reason why it's still fun to play is because it just gets different every once in a while. Sometimes the base almost dies, and now you got to try and find out how to finish him off, and it's just fun. Unfortunately, my banshees got stuck in the base, and the arbiter is able to just rage everything down. That's okay. So anyway, right now I was like, oh hey, just maybe we can kill the middle, maybe we can kill this base this time. I was like, hey, I got a few banshees here. You got your tanks, and then maybe the first time you don't succeed, the second time will definitely be okay. And then I was like, oh shit, here comes the arbiter, and here comes my teammate again saying that he doesn't have enough money for this arbiter. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to send him a click because he doesn't have enough money. But it's not gonna matter because he's gonna get gremlined, if you want to call it. Yeah, so that's going to suck dick. So I'm going to have to recall. We're not going to be able to stop that vehicle depot. And we're going to lose our whole army again to the gremlins. And unfortunately, my teammate does not have power turret, so I'm getting kind of like, not mad. I want to say I was mad at him. It's not his fault or anything. I just think that, if your Covey is putting this much pressure on 2 opponents at once and you're completely untouched, you really should have power turret as fast as you can. So, yep. And unfortunately, he's going to lose all his tanks here. And he's going to just, yeah. So anyway, I'm not saying that my teammate was bad. I mean, look, I'm not mad at him or anything. I know how it is. Sometimes it's just kind of hard and everything, so it's all good. So right now I'm just saying, hey, let's just pull back again. Let's just get our forces up, try and get power turret, and I'm going to go ahead and get vampires and try and get the air lead, and that's going to be that. I'm going to go ahead and build a shield because I do have some weak things on my base. I am going to lose that warehouse to the rebels because, you know, unfortunately that's going to happen. But it's all good. My teammate's going to end up taking it anyway just because he needs the money more. Or no, he takes it in a second. Anyway, so right now I'm just trying to see what they're doing. Always want to send your leader over there, kind of scout out, see where they are on the map. Trying to find the vampires so I don't run into any surprises here. And I actually think I'd go for a medium turret just because I had the money and I was kind of just... I mean, I didn't really know what else to do. You know, I was like, I mean, I have enough money to constantly pump vampires, so I didn't know what to do. You know, I was kind of just in the air about what I should do here. You know, I was thinking maybe the turrets would help me out a little bit, kind of delay any kind of base rush that would happen. Maybe like hurt his gremlins a little bit. I don't know. My plans are never really plans. You know, they're very subtle, and I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. All right, I'm sorry for this commentary if it's not very entertaining. Right now I'm just trying to, you know, fill in the blank here because really there's nothing going on. Hopefully this maybe will help someone too. As you can see, I am going to basically lose my chieftain. You know, honestly, I don't know. See, this is just me. I don't know if anybody, you know, high level watches my videos, but I mean, I think it'd be better just to let your chieftain die. Honestly, it would cost them more money to recall and do the heal. I mean, maybe if your chieftain's able to put pressure, but at this point, what's my chieftain really gonna do? I mean, if I had an arbiter, hell yes, you need to keep him alive. But as far as chieftain, I don't know. Right now, I don't know. That's just me. You know, a lot of times I say things I think that it's sound, but you know, I don't know. And anyway, after I get about 8 vampires, I'm going to go ahead and get stasis. And I'm just going to go ahead and try and find his vampires, maybe build a few banshees, try and bait them out, which is what I do. And that happens. And ideally, you want to go ahead and get your vampires to kill their vampires from a hill. If you can pull that off, you'll be in a good spot. But, you know, if not, it's no biggie. I think I'm upgrading my turret or my vortex there. I can't remember if I was doing that or not. No, I actually decided to go for medium turret. That's what I was doing. I don't know. I think that the vortexing the gremlins thing may be a good idea, but I think once I get the air lead, I think it would be better just to spam banshees than use a vortex for gremlins anyway. So anyway, I was hopefully going to make... I don't know if I mentioned this already because this is like my third take. I was going to go ahead and make this as a response video for Mitch's video because, I don't know, this is basically what's going to happen. You know, this is the cookie cutter thing, you know, you switch to double summon, you're going to have to switch to vampires. You got to go from vampires to banshees and then keep their base down and yada, yada, yada. But it's really just kind of who makes the first move and all this stuff that makes it interesting. So right now, they were winning at first. They had the advantage. Then we got the advantage when we got both of their... when he got the quick tank out, we almost killed the base. And now the advantage can easily tilt in their favor if they can get the stasis off on my vampires. And nobody wants that to happen. Sorry about that. So yeah, right now I'm just going to go ahead and bring my chieftain up and try and find these vampires. I'm also going to build a few banshees to try and find these vampires and hopefully bait them out. So, I don't know if that's actually a good idea. I just kind of think that most people will fall for the banshee thing because, you know, he may be like, oh, who's this calm banana kid? He's probably sticking to banshees. So I don't know. I try to use whatever little advantages I have, and sure enough, he's going to have his vampires right there, and you always want to go ahead and stasis the middle one so you get all of them. And there you go. He's probably going to focus on that. He starts moving. I'm not sure where he was moving them, but I don't know. There you go. So anyway, yep, my teammate's going to go ahead and lose all his tanks again to these gremlins. And it's not his fault. The gremlins are just that good. So I'm going to try and help him out. I realized I don't have an upgraded vortex, so I was like, oh wow, I'm stupid. You know, I need to stop doing that. And my chieftain dies pretty much instantly, so the useless chieftain is useless. At least in this matchup. I don't know, that's just me. Maybe if I was better with them. And that's another thing too, actually. You'll notice, actually, all my videos, I'm using the chieftain. I think there's only one. I don't even remember. I'm always using the chieftain. The funny thing is I never use the chieftain. I'm pretty much strictly UNSC or Arbiter. The only time I really go chieftain is maybe a 1v1 or a super turtle. But yeah. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting because I don't know. Anyway, so like I said, this commentary is very random. And I'm going to go ahead and have my vampires attack. This is what I always recommend. Having your vampires attack the Covenant base. Because if the vampires are attacking the Covenant base, you can keep your area lead. And you can have your banshees go attack, you know, some other key location. Whether it be, you know, some key point in the map, a battle, the UNSC base, whatever. You know, maybe you just want to go send them to chill out somewhere. So I can see these tanks are pushing up, and it appears to be, I'm not sure what he was doing exactly. I think he was coming over to my base, and I was getting kind of afraid, and I think I should have set my turrets to all large turret, but unfortunately I didn't do that. You know, someone told me that whenever you're playing, you can, there's the cryo right there, but I don't understand. See, I didn't see what happened there. Apparently I see some yellow stuff. I don't know what happened with that crowd, but anyway, yeah, as you can see, I'm sorry, this commentary is all over the place. It's okay. He tried to heal the base, which I thought was kind of weird. I mean, these guys are doing some pretty good things. I mean, I'm sure they know that you can't heal the base. I guess he maybe didn't see the vampires, or maybe he thought the tanks were the only thing pushing up. I'm not sure. So yeah, this base is gonna die, and I was like, oh man, just mac it, just fucking mac it. I don't even care if, you know, it's a waste of money. Just mac it. But then it all ends up okay because, you know, that base is gonna die. I tell him not to mac. I tell him if you're gonna mac anything, you should mac those fucking gremlins or a reactor or some shit. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep that base down. You know, and right now I gotta admit, I know I said not to get tunnel vision, but I got complete tunnel vision right here. I was just like, we just need to keep this motherfucker down. I don't even give a shit anymore about anything else. And I told him just to buy that base, just keep buying that base if you have the money and everything, and just I'm gonna boost around and try and just keep him out. Because if we can get the Arbiter out of this game, we're pretty much gonna be set. I don't know though. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll still have some trouble because he does have that full pop of power turret tanks, and I think my buddy just got power turret. I'm not sure. I wasn't paying too much to his build. I know. I should probably pay attention to where my teammates do, but it's kind of hard when I'm trying to focus on everything that's going down. But anyway, let's focus on what's going on right now. I am just spamming these banshees, sending my partner clicks so we can get this base down, but it's gonna be a lost cause because we're not gonna be able to stop it. So I have to say, I literally took my time to facepalm because I was just like, what the fuck, you know? How is it that this base has survived 3 times in a row, the clutch moments? I thought that was just hilarious. Anyway. So, yep, as you can see, I am just being retarded and just thinking, oh, whatever, I can just spam all these banshees. But really, you just gotta kind of take your time. You know, there's no reason to do that. You can just kind of build up your army. I mean, even though they're going to be around for another minute, they don't really have any units, so you don't have to worry about anything. So anyway, right now, I don't know why I built a vampire there. That was kind of a dumb idea, but yeah, he's just going to go ahead and canny that, and then he's going to fight off this Arbiter, and we are going to be set, hopefully. But it's going to get a little crazy. You know, as you can see, they are pushing up on my base, which is kind of unfortunate. I did buy that base up there, but I'm kind of not paying attention to it because, you know, like I said, tunnel vision. I actually had to go in this game. Like, I had class in like 5 minutes, like 2 minutes ago in this game. So I was, you know, that was the problem there. But anyway, we just killed the last of his units, I believe, and he's defeated. Alright, so that's going to be it. And now we're basically going to be doing the
running a ring around the rosy dance, and eventually it's going to be defeated. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and goodbye. Have a good one.
Your team is victorious.